And next up, we're going to talk about Cocoon, the game. I played a few hours of it. It got announced earlier this year, I believe.
Maybe sometime.
Maybe even at the Game Awards last year. And it looked very awesome. I really love the art style. It's kind of like isometric game. The camera's above, looking down. You're just a little like space humanoid bug thing. I don't even know what you call it.
Humanoid bug thing?
Yeah, you're like a humanoid bug. You got wings, and you make a little, bug wing sounds and stuff. And the whole point of the story is it's a big puzzle game.
Yeah.
And so you go through one world, and there are like barriers that you come across, and you have to break through those barriers either by finding an orb that allows you to do different things. Right now I have 3 orbs. I don't know what the total amount of orbs are actually. There might be like 5. I feel like it's like the Infinity Stones because they're all different colors. I like it.
Nice.
And so the first orb you get is this orange orb, and you have to go in and defeat the boss, and that allows you to unlock those powers, and you can take that with you and use it to progress through the game and solve these puzzles, which start to get more and more complicated the more orbs you get.
Yeah.
So the first one allows you to have like see these invisible platforms that you can't walk on unless you have the orb, and there's like a small radius around that orb that you can take it to these entrance areas, and it starts forming the platforms around you, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And cool. And so you kind of use that to find certain hidden paths, but there aren't many hidden paths. I'm just going to look up Cocoon on Steam.
Yeah. So where are you playing this at?
I'm playing it on the Game Pass.
Oh, it is on Game Pass?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so overwhelmingly positive on Steam right now. And it is by, Annapurna.
Yeah, published by Annapurna. So the developer of this game is Jeppy Carlson, who was the lead gameplay designer of Limbo and Inside.
Thank you. Yes, that's why I was like, I know there's some big names on this.
Yeah, so if that gives you any idea of what kind of game this is, Limbo and Inside is the guy.
Yeah, it definitely shows. It's obviously not left to right and up and down.
Right.
That's how like Limbo and Inside were. Really great games. You should definitely play it. I really enjoyed Inside. That was great. It's really trippy. A lot of unanswered questions. I was hoping there'd be some kind of DLC to. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Cocoon. Yeah. So
this is a DLC.
Yeah, right. So the bosses are like these robot aliens bugs that you have to defeat, and usually you have to hit them 3 times with an attack, but the attack is usually something that's found in the arena. So like you don't actually do any attacks. And so the first one, you have like this orb that you use, and you go up to the boss and you explode it, and it does damage. So after 3 times, you defeat the boss, you get the orb. But I find it interesting that every time you hit the boss, like he tries a new technique on you. So it's almost like what do you call it? Like Dark Souls, where like you fail and you have to come back and try again. So you don't actually die in this. So when you get to these bosses and they attack you and you don't succeed, they grab you and throw you out of the orb.
Oh, wow.
So you have to come back in and restart the whole thing all over again, which took me a few tries because there's some interesting stuff that happened with these bosses. And I was like, that's a great like mechanic. Like you don't die. Like you're always going. It's always going. You never stop.
That is nice. Yeah.
And so I got the first orb, and then I went to the second orb, and it's in like this water planet. And eventually, as you progress through this game, you have to use the orbs to travel. You have to travel between the orbs in order to unlock the puzzles. So some of them, you have to take 2 of these orbs with you to do something to progress through a blockade or whatever. So one of them, or several times, you have to take 1 orb and put it in the other, I'm going to call it the world now, the other world.
Yeah.
And then you take the single world that you put the other one in and take it across. And then you have to go back in the world, take that world out. And now you have 2 worlds that you can go around with and help progress the puzzles.
I'm too hungover for this.
Dude, it is trippy because eventually, it gets so. I got to the part I finally got stuck, but I think the process of figuring out how to use these in the world and like really having to sit there and think can be fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's great for the mind. Like, it really makes you think. They put there's a lot of good thought and depth that goes into these puzzles, which is unlike any of the other puzzles.
Yeah.
I feel like or puzzle games that I've played.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more interactive. And obviously the art design looks phenomenal. And the little like sounds and cues are like just fantastic. Like when when you're on the right track and you're actually doing what needs to be done, like there are certain tunes that pop up that let you know like you're doing it. Like keep going. At least that's what I get when I hear these things.
Yeah.
Anyway, eventually you have to find these little triangles, pyramids that allow you to, they unlock certain areas for you, and you take those to this one pod outside these doors, and it's like a power cell, and so they unlock these big doors that allow you to get more orbs. Well, there's one where there are some traps for those things, so you have to figure out how to get them from point A to point B without hitting these traps.
Okay.
So that's one obstacle. Well, there was one where there's no way through unless you go into another world, get it trapped, put that orb into another orb, take that through this area that has the trap, put it on something, take it off, go back into the world, get the power cell pyramid, and then
that sounds
complete your
complicated.
mission. It was like the thought process behind all this is just insane. Someone had to be smoking weed, because I feel like if you're smoking with some weed, like you're unlocking these I don't know, powerful, thought-provoking mind cells that allow you to create some of these puzzles. So I've actually been having a blast. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a long game.
Yeah.
I looked up some of the gameplay playthroughs, and it's like not even 3 hours, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So,
It's pretty quick, 3 or 4 hours, something like that.
So for something like simple and interesting to look at and great audio design with a lot of awesome puzzles, like I don't even know what it's going to be like leading up to it, because it was already hard enough when I had 2 orbs.
Yeah.
And now I have 3. And the third one is interesting. I don't even fully understand what it does yet.
Yeah.
Evie, come here. Don't worry about that, dog.
Man, it looks good. I mean, I like the visuals are so awesome. And I forgot it was on Game Pass, which makes it like a no-brainer.
It's definitely
to pick up and try.
Up. I mean, it's a palate cleanser, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's been great to just pick this up, because we've been coming off of Spider-Man and what was the last one? Alan Wake. All that stuff, like scary game, high action game. Like this is just very simple. Trying to figure out these puzzles.
I might try and pick this up on my Steam Deck. Definitely
worth it. I don't know if it's because I was like, man, this would be great for the Switch, but I have trouble playing these games that have really small characters and stuff.
Yeah,
on the small screens.
Small,
yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's much. Let's see, how much was it on Steam?
$25.
25.
Yeah.
I guess
that's comparable to Viewfinder. I put that in kind of in a similar vein as Viewfinder, where it's like that was that's a good 4 or 5 hour puzzle game. Yeah.
That's 4 or 5 hours. This might be less.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You can make a comparison. How much you spend on coffee every day that gives you that joy for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is a 3-hour experience for $25. I think it'd be worth it for some people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially over the holiday when things are a little slow if you have nothing else to play.
Well, and then, supporting, I mean, Annapurna is huge, but you're supporting like small devs, indie devs and stuff like that too, which is kind of cool.
That's true.
And it's like, it's nice to support games like this, because like we want games like this to exist. It's like, I mean, I don't want every single game out there to be a live service Fortnite Battle Pass bullshit. Like I want some of these fun, innovative, creative experiences that kind of test your mind a little bit, but are chill. It seems very chill and relaxing.
Oh yeah. Like you could probably play this on a plane.
Yeah.
And just get beat the whole thing, which is awesome. There's a few kinds of those games out there.
Yeah.
I took my Switch somewhere, and there was this one game where it was left to right side scrolling, and you're on a planet or something.
Yeah.
And I couldn't beat that in time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how long plane rides are.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think it could get most innovative if there's a category for that for Game of the Year.
I don't remember I think it got nominated for something in the Game Awards. I think it may be under I think it got nominated in the indie category, I believe. check on that.
I think it should. I think it's worth being nominated, especially coming from that kind of pedigree. Like it's so worth it. I mean, just to explore the worlds and the creativity in this is through the roof, in my opinion.
I mean, they know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, they do, man.
Or I mean, they being he. I don't know how many people developed it, but I know he was like the main guy on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, How Long to Beat says it's 5 hours.
Oh, okay. I think that's a good amount of time for something like this.
I've never been on a website. The Game Awards, I just opened it up and it said, "We love you. Please rotate your device. Site is best viewed in portrait mode." And they just don't let you see it wide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Man, the site's so slow. There we go. Okay.
There we go. We got it.
Nominees. We're doing it live.
Do it live.
Man, those freaking buttons aren't working. Holy shit. Okay, let me see. Best independent game. Was it there?
It could win Best Independent Game. I don't know what the nominees are.
It's Best Independent Game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. And the nominees are Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder.
Ooh.
It's a tough one because I haven't played Dave the Diver or Dredge, but I've also heard those games are amazing.
Really?
Yes.
I think I've heard of Dredge, but not the other one.
Yeah, Dave the Diver is a game that's one part exploration roguelike and one part company management system or like management system thing where it's like you're doing a bunch of like management of like I think it's a restaurant actually. So I think you're going out fishing, you're diving for fish, and then so it's kind of like Cult of Lamb style where it's like two games in one essentially.
Yeah.
It's like one part of it you're managing a restaurant, the other part of it you're diving in a roguelike adventure exploring. And it's supposed to be really good.
Not bad, not bad.
Huh. So,
Viewfinder, I already know, has an interesting puzzle solving mechanic, which we haven't seen before. And then this one also, in my opinion, has that. So I would put those two up for definitely top two.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's also nominated for Best Debut Indie Game.
Oh.
So that's cool.
What are the other ones?
That's with Dredge, Pizza Tower, Zenba, and Viewfinder.
Okay. Oof. That's gonna be a tough one. I don't know who's gonna win that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I dig it, man. Worth picking up if you got the Game Pass. Game Pass has always been worth it.
Yeah.
So get it, y'all.
Until they destroy the market.
Until they're like, we're raising prices.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
It's going to be $20
Yeah.
now.
I just got an email the other day that they're raising the price of like Apple's subscription services. And I was like Apple TV was $4.99. Now they're raising it up to like $10. They're going to like the regular price.
$10. Jeez, dude.
But they got enough content to support it now. So
I know.
I mean, it sucks though. It's like everything's $10.
I never watch anything on Apple TV.
Really?
I
love Apple TV stuff, man.
Was
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Dude, there's some good shit on it on Apple TV.
I try to watch the one where the people can't see. I forgot what it's called.
I think it was called C.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. It was like no, not Momoa, but like the big like
Jason Momoa.
It was Jay. Okay, yeah, Jason Momoa.
But I couldn't. Lizette didn't want to. She couldn't get into it, so we stopped watching. But I was like, that one seems.
She didn't want to see it.
She didn't want to see it. She wanted to see old big Jason Momoa.
That's funny. The morning show is really good. I like the morning show a lot.
Oh, she likes that.
Yeah,
she watched that a lot.
But yeah, that's for another podcast, you know.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, but
that's that, guys.
Cocoon, it's cool. I'm gonna check it out.
Worth playing this year.